Hey YouTube, it's Joe the 50 something Dasher. I decided to do like one of my full recap videos today and cover every order because it's kind of interesting day and two straight days in a row where I accepted everything. So pretty crazy. Got off to a well. I should mention my start time was 6:55 this morning. I usually I always schedule 7 a.m. and I set an alarm for 6:45 a.m. that I almost never sleep until, but this morning I slept clear until that alarm. My wife got home late, so I stayed up with her a little bit, watched a little TV, so slept clear until the alarm, then only took me 10 minutes to get around and I log in. And it just like a repeat of yesterday. The first, like over an hour, I just sat here, no orders. Uh, Crazy because I jump on at 6:55. I'm thinking at least, by 7:15 and only 5 to 20 minutes from now I'm going to start getting stuff because this is my historically my busy time. I'm not getting anything. I just and I decided, I'm just going to wait here. I'm not going to drive out I'm just going to wait here for my first order because knowing my luck, I drive over to one of my hot spots and then I would get an order like for Meyer clear across my zone, for instance. So I'm centralized here in this apartment. I've talked about this before. I'm equal distance from my three pickup areas. So I'm just gonna stay here. And for the most part, I was sitting on my couch watching videos on YouTube. And then my wife gets up, so then I start doing other things like it's a day off from work. I start like walking the dog and we're talking about what we're going to do for breakfast, and like I'm not even working and not like I'm not even going to get anything. It's crazy. And so finally, first order comes in at 8:09. I finally get something after over an hour. Giant Eagle, 6 items, $7.50, 3.7 miles. Sounds good to me to get me started. I'm ready to get out there and do an order. So great. So I get started on this. The items wasn't too bad. A couple things of cereal. You see some butter, waffles, chunks of melon assortment from the produce area, some cane sugar packets. Pretty easy shop. Didn't have any problems with this. And and then you see on this screen, the customer while I was shopping added these Snickers candies. And I always get that message that DoorDash is going to add pay to the order because an item has been added. And just before starting this video, I checked the offer screen said 750, so I checked my my pay and the breakdown for each order, like I said, just before starting this, and there was no change to the pay. So I've probably had that happen on all of my shopping orders, maybe around like 6 or 8 times. It doesn't happen very often. And maybe like half of those times, I've actually gotten like some kind of extra pay, like 25 cents or 50 cents or something. And then the other half of the time, it says it's going to add pay, but it doesn't. So, and I'm not gonna call DoorDash support over like 25 cents. It's just a complete total waste of time. So there you see my times, 6 minutes 48 seconds. And then I'm out to the car, like loading this order into my car. It's just all in one sack, but the handle like breaks on me. And it's like a paper sack with handles. One of the handles breaks on me. And while this is all going on, my phone goes off, the dinging alert, for another order. So I go to reach for my phone, and this is the order. It was a Cracker Barrel order that had already been, like, I guess when I reached for my phone, this has happened to me before, I must have accidentally accepted the order without even seeing what this was or anything. It ended up being like an $8.50 Cracker Barrel. I want to say the miles on it was 7 miles or something like that. So here I have all of a sudden I have this order that I accidentally took. So okay, whatever. And I took this screenshot right here, not for to show really the menu, but to show the times here. So I get inside the Cracker Barrel. It's not too far from Giant Eagle. It's just, not even 5 minutes down the street. And I give the customer's name. It's not sitting there. And she goes back to check on it, comes back and says, do you know when that order was placed? Because they told me it's going to be another like 10 to 15 minutes. And I was like, 10 to 15 minutes? And I said, no, I can't see when the customer places the order. I mean, basically all I can tell you is when I receive it. I mean, that's all I can tell. But if you look at this screenshot here, the pickup time is 8:48, and I'd already checked in at Cracker Barrel and with them, and I take this screenshot still 11 minutes before the pickup time. The DoorDash sent me this order like over 15, because remember, it took me a few minutes to get there, 4 or 5 minutes from Giant Eagle to get here. So they sent me this order like over 15 minutes before the ready time, and which is ridiculous. I mean, why do that? Especially when the Dasher's on another order already. They just finished an order, and you're going to send them to some other order like 20 minutes early. I mean, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's, system error, it sounds like to me. But whatever. I mean, I'll just, go ahead and wait. While I was waiting, I took the opportunity to, I went out to my car and I put those, I've been using kind of here and there those stickers, those DoorDash stickers that I got in that council like welcome kit. And I just took a couple of those stickers and I used it as almost like tape and like put that around the broken handle to the sack and kind of taped it up that way. So it was pretty cool. And also sent a message to the customer, hey, be careful with this sack. The handle broke on me, just to give them a heads up. And then I came back into the store and then got the unassigned option from DoorDash, so which was at 8:42. That I only waited 5 minutes after taking that previous screenshot, and then I just went ahead and unassigned from this because it was even though, I mean, it was an $8 order, but it was going up north. I'm almost sure it was an out of zone delivery. So I just went ahead and unassigned this. And then, let's see. So next was this, and I think at this point I was back home, after dropping off the Giant Eagle. And so we're closing in, like I said, real similar to yesterday. So we're over well, about 2 hours exactly into the dash, and I've made $7.50 in 2 hours. I don't know what is going on with that 7 to 9 a.m. block yesterday and this morning. That's just freaky weird to me. I don't know. I don't get it. So, um, like I said, I took this. I took every offer today. So I took this, raunchy as it is. I'm picking that AR up. And this isn't, this is a bad order, but it's not end of the world horrible. I mean, it's all I'm taking the order from home, so I factor in the 3 miles for that. So really and truly, this is like more like $4 2 miles. So I took it. I go to the Tim Hortons. Kind of a funny story. And all this was a small iced coffee. They didn't even see the order come in until, like, I had to tell them who I was there for, and they had to check the ticket machine, and they found it. And then they didn't even start this order until I got there and let them know the order was there. And it's funny, the lady that prepared it, so she like reads the ticket, and she's kind of a little bit like energetic and everything, and she's like, all right, small vanilla iced coffee with 5 Splendas, here we go, and she starts making it. And in that moment, I was tempted. I didn't do this, but I was close. I was very, very tempted to saying, Miss, excuse me, I run a DoorDash channel on YouTube. Is there any way I could like video record you real quick? Could you repeat that? Repeat the order the way you said it just a minute ago. Could I just get that on video and add it into my YouTube video for today's dash? I was tempted to do that, but I stopped myself, and I was like, no, that's probably not like acceptable. These, and it's kind of like I don't know the words I'm looking for. Like, it probably violates different, rules, or I don't know. Like, I'm sure Tim Hortons probably doesn't want their employees to be shown in videos that aren't like Tim Hortons videos, that type of thing. So I figured I better not. I don't know what all the, that's why, like, with this channel, pretty much all you'll probably ever see on here is just me. Because if I don't talk about anybody else, if I don't show anybody else, do anything that involves anybody else in my videos, then I know 100% sure that I'm not infringing on anybody's rights or copyright or all this kind of thing. I don't I don't want to get into all the legal rules and issues and all this kind of thing. So like I said, I just left it alone. But anyway, I went and delivered that real nice home to a real nice area, drop it off, and you know what time it is? Time for the 0 tip right here. Thank you very much. This was, in all likelihood, started out as a $2 order that other dashers passed around, and a couple dollars had to be added to it from DoorDash before somebody would take it, because it was just, all it was a small coffee going just like, what was the mileage again I said on that? 2 miles. Yeah, it was $4 2 miles. So yeah, this had to have been passed around. There's no way that started out at $4. Um, unless, well, the the customer could have done that extra fee for that, direct to me. But like instead of doing a tip, that's always a possibility. This lady could have chosen, instead of giving me a tip, could have paid the extra couple bucks for that express delivery. And I don't know like what percentage of that money, that fee, goes to a dasher. Does that make an order like that a minimum $4 instead of $2? That'd be kind of interesting to know. I don't know how we would ever find that out, but anyway, next order. Um, Pretty good one here. 27.50. Meyer, two orders, 34 items, 15 miles, and one of them's going. I could tell that this wasn't downtown, but this was like south, just south of downtown Columbus. I'm doing this, and if it maybe possibly I could get all this done start to finish in an hour, and that'd be 27.50 for an hour. Not bad at all. We'll see, and fingers crossed that there's some multiples here out of the 34 items. So I get to Meyer, and here you go. It's 20 items. So 34 items, 20 different things to shop for. So not bad. And there's at least, part of the list. This customer B this was kind of funny. This kind of tripped me up here, but they had 3 different kinds of turkey. Okay, there was the turkey breakfast sausage. There was just ground turkey, then like the little tubes like that, but just ground turkey. And there was turkey patties. Okay, 3 different locations in the store. Whereas normally, like the steaks are all together. In the meat department, beef is usually all together, bacon together, pork together, chicken is normally. Well, chicken, you have your fresh chicken and frozen chicken. But a lot of that stuff is, same place. But to have one of these meats in 3 different places, the breakfast sausage, the only one I found was on my own was the ground turkey. That was where the main like meat department bins. And there was this one really helpful worker, that this older guy. He was real super cool with me. He didn't mind me asking him. The patties were on the wall actually, to the left of the seafood department, and the breakfast sausage was actually kind of like in these bins at the end of like the frozen aisle of the store. So kind of like next section over from the meat department. But yeah, I wouldn't have been able to find this stuff without asking. And most of the items were customer B. Customer A only had like 4 different things: some hamburger meat, a couple packets of like chili mix, a can opener, and like a couple jars of or cans, I should say, the like diced tomatoes, kind of like salsa style diced tomatoes. That's all customer A had. And so I closed this out at 10:30 is when I delivered the second order. So $15 base pay, $10 on one customer tip, $2.50 from the other. So I got that offer at 9:14 and closed it out at 10:30. So an hour and 16 minutes. So, roughly $20 an hour. So I mean, not bad. And then I cringed when I saw this next one, but I took it. Let's go back to the scene of the crime here. You remember what happened just the other day when I had the one item Best Buy? And here we go again. One item Best Buy. I was on my phone I was on the phone with my wife when I was approaching the front door of the Best Buy, like just terrified and scared to death of clicking on that arrived at store and start shopping. Just scared to death what the one item was going to be. I told her, I was like, what if it's going to be like a 65-inch TV? She's like, well, stranger things have happened. You don't rule it out. I won't thank you. Thanks a lot for the encouraging words there. So I click on it. And this is not going. The other one was going right into the heart of downtown Columbus. You might as well have been talking about the corner of Broad and High delivering to the State House practically. That's how center of downtown the last one was. This one's going to South High Street. So, not nearly as worried about the delivery on this one. The one item, I guess it wasn't bad. It was here you see here this 6-foot power cord, Still have no idea where in the store this would be, so I kind of had to wander around for just, a minute, few seconds or whatever. I found somebody and he took me right over to it and even got it off the shelf for me, handed it to me. That was the item. So I didn't take a screenshot of the shopping time. It's like a minute and 15 seconds or something. So got really fortunate, got that item right away, went up to the checkout. I went to deliver this and I'm driving down High Street and I following GPS, and as soon as I pull into the little driveway, I recognize this immediately. This is one of the, now I don't know for sure if this is the same customer. It could have been one of the other 2 or 3 houses that's kind of like right there. But this is the scene of the crime where I delivered to a wrong house. And I want to say I got a 1 star. One of my 1 stars came from this particular order. It's been a while ago, but I remembered this. I think it was the same customer, to be honest, because same situation. I pull in, and if I'm looking at GPS on my phone, the orientation, everything, the pin is, okay, so I'm sitting in my car. The pin is to my left. A house to the left of my car that has no house number on the mailbox or on the house. And last time and it was a leave at the door order. Last time I just assumed, that was the house and I left it and ran into the problems. Well, this time it was hand to customer, which was a good thing, obviously, in this situation, because I have to, try to find the customer now. Different set of circumstances with this order. So I get out of the car. This time I go right, and I decide to check on the house to my right, and I walk up towards the front porch and see the house number, and there it is. Which I don't remember for sure, but I don't know. It seems like I would have. I can't believe if I didn't check that house before, you would think I should have and I would have, but honestly, I don't remember. As far as I remember, as bad as it sounds, I just got out of the car, went to my left, dropped it off that house, took the picture, boom, go, went. As far as I can remember. My memory's so horrible, though. That's the thing. So, but anyway, rang that doorbell and knocked on the door. Took the lady a while to come to the door, but she did. That was the right customer. Handed it to her. Boom, done. No issues this time. I think I got the pay here. $6, $2 tip, $8. Works for me. You see here, I'm maintaining that platinum status, boy. Next was and I wasn't, you see here, I wasn't back to zone yet. Looks like I'm on 270. I'm on the outer belt. I haven't got on to 71 yet. And I get this Chick-fil-A order, $7, less than 5 miles. And I'm not even, I'm like just getting back into zone. So yeah, I'll, go ahead and take this. I picked that, and I don't have any other, it was just a pretty much standard pickup and delivery. I don't remember anything else about that, to be honest. Next, I'm taking everything. Trying to remember where I was actually. I think, let's see. Did I deliver that? Yeah, this is, so the previous order did deliver off of Hoover. I did just, and this is 11:34. So yeah, I had just delivered that order, and I would have headed towards like the Meyer area is where I was probably heading next, and I got this order, and of course had to turn the car around to, and actually, no, I take that back. I was pretty much just leaving that Chick-fil-A customer. So I hadn't really started heading to Meyer yet. And I took this, even though, look at where this is going. This is going, I rarely ever will I take these orders going north of downtown, clear up to who knows where. That could be fairgrounds, that could be High State campus, we don't know. I took it, and I'm gonna have the deadhead miles back, and hey, it's all about the AR. And my first time picking up from this Bowl Boba, I'd seen it there, and I still haven't tried that place yet. First time pickup. So I also took a picture of the order here, because I like these orders from these places where you see the order in 2 different languages. So I don't know. I always think that's kind of cool. And then I took, while I was in there, I had to wait a few minutes for this order. While I was in there, I took a picture of the map, and check this out. So at the bottom of this map, you see the customer's pin, and it's facing Ohio Stadium, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. So, hey, you know what? I'm doing it. You want me to go to OSU campus? I don't. Maybe once before I've delivered in that area, maybe. I can't remember for sure, but I'll do it. I'll go to campus. Hey, do what you got to do on these, slow days where I'm not getting many orders and trying to raise that acceptance rate. I'm doing it. Let's go to campus. And so I head up there, and I basically like park beside a building, basically. And there's some other, like, kind of like, maybe like power company type vehicles parked there, construction or contractor type workers, this type of thing. I'm probably not supposed to be parked where I'm parked. I don't know where the parking is for this, to be honest. And if I could avoid doing this, I really didn't want to like drive around in circles, looking for where to park. I just, as soon as I can find a place that looks safe to park, I'm gonna park. That's my philosophy on these type of orders. And for the very first time ever, I actually used my sign today, my DoorDash order and DoorDash delivery in progress sign that I got off the DoorDash store. I grabbed that from between the seats, put it up in my dash. And of course, you got all the DoorDash bags that's in my car that can clearly be seen. So, and then this was going to like a uh it was supposed to be like, I think like I want to say a cancer center, like OSU Cancer Center. But there was like on the first floor there was like classrooms. You could see these, monitors and these students, sit taking notes and all kinds of stuff. So and this was a seventh floor delivery to make things even more fun and exciting. So I go up to the seventh floor and I find this suite number. And fortunately, this order is like leave at the door. Like I said, fortunately in this situation. So I find that suite number. It did not look like to me a room that somebody would be like working in. And it was just like a small little, like almost an empty room. There wasn't really much of anything in that room. You could see through the glass. And obviously there wasn't anybody in there. I saw somebody sitting at their desk in the next room over. I walked down further to see maybe that was the same like suite number. So I walked down a little bit further. That was a different number. So I'm like, okay, to me this doesn't look like a delivery point, but I'm almost sure and also the building name was in the instructions, and when I was on the first floor I saw that building name on the wall. So I was in the right building and I was on the seventh floor, and that's the number. So that's where I set it and took my picture and immediately paused my dash, like immediately. Because I like sometimes in some of these past dashes, I've been brave enough to where like, and you see, do I have the pay screen on this? So I dropped it off at 12:05. Okay. We're still at the height of like, this is lunchtime here. So, sometimes I would be brave. Today, I was not feeling brave enough to take a chance on getting, start to get campus orders now. And not only that, but so if I wouldn't have paused my dash, there's a chance before I even got out to my car, I would have got some OSU campus order, which I just wasn't up for today. And even then, even if I didn't, I still got to drive through downtown to get back home. So I could have possibly gotten a downtown order driving there. So not messing with it. Not today. Sorry. I decided instead to pause my dash, like I said, immediately after closing out that screen right there. And, there was a particular gas station I wanted to go to here back to zone and to get gas and go through the car wash. And I actually waited until the car wash cycle was about halfway over and then resumed my dash. and got my last order of the day while I was in the car wash still. This 525 4.2 mile CVS. Okay. Well, not a great order, but not bad. Only 2 items. And I think I forgot to mention, because of a doctor's appointment today, I was just scheduled until 1. So I knew at 12:26 I was gonna pause the dash and end it after this order. So I go to the CVS. Here's the 2 items. Both of the aisle numbers were wrong on both of these things. So that's why it took me, if it would have had the correct aisle numbers, this probably would have only took me a minute and a half, 2 minutes. But because I was having to, especially for this pain relief cream, had to check a couple different aisles, and I finally found that, and then, so that's why this took close to 4 minutes to shop. And then no problems with the delivery on this. It was leave at the door to a house, and no problems. Log off the dash, and so dash time was 5 hours 50 minutes. Active for 3 hours 48 minutes. So just 2 hours of downtime today. I guess a lot better than yesterday. Again, 8 deliveries completed. So 16 straight offers with no declines between yesterday and today. I did drive, and of course, that OSU campus was the main culprit, for going over on the mileage. But so $69.50 drove 81 miles. And that extra 11 miles, that's your return miles from campus right there. Now at 2,801 lifetime deliveries. Started the dash at 71% acceptance, and now it's 76%. I've still been, yesterday and today, I'm still kind of trying to figure out what kind of game plan I want to, and this has kind of been bugging me a little bit, like what kind of game plan do I want to try to have here for the next, like the rest of this week and the next couple weeks. It's kind of hard for me to kind of decide on that, or maybe I'm putting too much thought into it. I don't know. But I wish I would have gotten an answer from DoorDash on that lifetime platinum status question. Because if I just would have gotten an answer back, oh Joe, we fixed that. Okay, you're now a lifetime platinum status member. There you go. Well, okay, so now I know that, and now I can, come up with a game plan of what I want to do, how I want to strategy for accepting orders. But I'm in the dark here, and I don't know what's going on with that, and I don't know like what to do. And to what I don't like is for me to find out whether or not without them telling me, for me to find out whether they've given me that benefit or not, I have to let my stats drop below 70% in order to test it and say, oh, okay, it's still not working yet. Well, the problem with that is then, well, you seen what happened to me yesterday with not being able to get on until almost 7 o'clock, and then I wasn't getting hardly any orders. When I first started out yesterday on that silver status, and I don't want to go through those troubles again. But it's almost like I have to at some point to see if they've giving me that benefit or not. I don't know. I don't like being in this situation. I kind of like to know what's going on here. Um, but so I don't know. Um, or, but there's another part of me that's like, well, it wouldn't be a bad idea, as far as your strategy to just try to maintain around that 75 or 80% all the time like you used to before under Top Dasher. Because even if they give you that lifetime benefit, okay, here you go, Joe, your lifetime platinum status. There you go. Even if they give me that, well, if I have if I'm a platinum driver with a 35, I've talked about this before, with a 35% acceptance rate, and I'm sitting in City Barbecue's parking lot and a catering order comes through and Bob is platinum driver is sitting there in the parking lot too with an 85%, well, don't you think the algorithm's going to give the order to him? So that's why a part of me, that's why this is like sometimes trying to come up with these different strategies for drivers, it can be kind of stressful because, on the one hand, you want to keep your AR up to get the better orders, but it's like on the other hand, if you can just from here on out, if you have the luxury, just any order that's below a certain dollar amount, you just decline it, and any order that's above a certain miles, just decline it. I'm only going to do orders in this zone paying over such and such amount of money. And if you can do that, it's kind of like, why not do it? But again, it's just my experience, and from what I've kind of been able to tell, I don't get the same types of frequency of orders with a lower AR. That's just my experience here. Um, but anyway, we'll just take it day by day for now and see how it goes. I mean, for the rest of this week, I'm in good shape. Let's see if I can schedule. Let's see if I can schedule Tuesday. And see, that's another thing. I don't like some dashers. I don't know, like this next Tuesday and next week, I don't know what the earliest time was that I could have jumped on here and scheduled. Oh, I see what's wrong here. I have my phone in airplane mode. Yeah, see, for Tuesday and next week, it's giving me the whole entire day to choose from, so I can select any times I want. Um, so click on here and do my normal 7 to 3. Which is like I've said before, that's as long as my Tuesday through Friday 7 to 3. That's the most important times. That's the main primary times I want to dash, and the you know being able to start the dash before 7 a.m. on days when I wake up early. I mean, that's kind of important too, but not as important as just being able to schedule a dash, period. And dashing on the weekends after my W-2, that's not a critical, concern either. Um so it's kind of like the whole platinum status thing. I mean, it's kind of like, it's still kind of important to me, but not critical, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like rambling here, but anyway, that's it for this dash. Thanks for watching, and until next time, drive safe out there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my other videos. A lot of good stuff, a lot of information for all things DoorDash. And we will see you at the next video. Thanks again for watching.